I'm stepping aside and I'm watching the guy cook. And this guy can cook, and I'll tell you what, there's nothing that says comfort food like mac and cheese. But you know, Elizabeth Gilbert is so famous right now. She's the one who wrote Eat, Pray, and Love. And it chronicled her years. She on self-discovery, she went through a horrible divorce. She decided to eat her way through the world and find love in a plate of pasta. And so they interviewed her for Bon Appetit magazine. And they said, what did you learn? She says, Italians take every ingredient they know and make a feast of it, which is very true. And she said, talked about Brazilian food. She talked about food from Laos. And she finally came home and came to the conclusion that the best food, the best comfort food in the world was mac and cheese. And I'll tell you what, the gentleman that I have in studio today, he knows how to make it. He's the creative director of the restaurant, Regent's Bistro and Bar, Paul Darrell. Hey, Paul, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for having us.
There's nothing more attractive than a man making mac and cheese.
I'm truly hoping that's true.
And I'm going to have you come a little bit closer to the mic so we can watch you cook and we can chat with you. So, this is a specialty, and thank you for bringing it in today. I've got a bowl of it right here in front of me. Thank you for bringing it in today. This is one of your specialty items at Regent's. Tell me about the restaurant, first of all.
Well, the restaurant was created here in the Phoenix market for the people that really live here that are from all over the country. So when I first moved here about 3 years ago, it became obvious to me that most of the people are from the Chicagoland area.
And they know their sausage, right?
They know their sausage. So I said, all right, well, let's look and see what we could create that would make people feel at home from wherever they were from. So I created this Regions concept, which has a changing monthly menu to a different region in the country.
It's wonderful. It's such a great idea. You know, we will have the Melting Pot restaurant here in just a little bit, but Arizona really is the melting pot. I mean, you're right. People are from everywhere else. They're no more apparent than in sports, right? Everyone, you know where they're from. But I love the idea of sort of a warm and welcoming neighborhood eatery that really gives thumbs up and caters to people from the rest of the country. Where else are you finding people are coming from? Right?
Well, there is a lot of Midwestern people, and there's a lot of people from California and obviously the southern parts of the United States. So when we design these menus, our website is actually interactive. So you can go on and say wherever you're from and what you grew up with, and when we create a menu from that part of the country, we'll put those items on there.
The website is absolutely beautiful, and it shows you a snippet of the restaurant, and I love that. And you know what? How wonderful that you are connected that closely to the people that are going to keep you in business. I love that idea.
It's all about the people.
Yep.
Not only the people that come in and dine with us, but the people that work there. Restaurants are really all driven by their staff. So if you have good, happy people working there, generally speaking, the people who dine with you will have a better experience.
Isn't that so true? What do you find that customers want? Do they want the cozy atmosphere? Do they want just a great meal, a combination? And what do you see as the trends right now?
Well, you know, in this kind of economy, people are looking for everything.
Yeah.
They want a comfortable environment, they want great food, great value, great service, which is our 3 words that we try to live by, is quality, service, and value.
Right now we want some great mac and cheese, and you've got a great big old pot.
We've got a big pot of it cooking.
So tell me what you're making and what the secret, well, you don't have to tell me what the secret ingredient, but what's your mac and cheese style?
Well, this is a really classic American mac and cheese. It's not a 12 different cheese mac and cheese. It's 3 cheeses. It's American, Swiss, and cheddar. It's done with a basic roux, thickened with cream and milk. The grated cheeses are added to that with a little salt and pepper. It's all melted together. Pastas, you can use whatever pasta you want. In this case, we used penne, and we will mix the penne into the cheese sauce, or the cheese sauce on top of the penne. And then I also brought today with us some lump crab meat and poached shrimp
Oh, gee, did you have
at the
to?
restaurant we add to our mac and cheese.
And I'm holding the mac and cheese up to our webcam. So if you're anywhere near let me move it over here a little bit. Can you see that? That is so beautiful. So if you're on the webcam here, look at that mac and cheese. This is absolutely gorgeous. And this is 1 portion.
That's 1 portion.
Or 1/4 of a portion for somebody like me.
You can
that's
order as many as you want.
That's a nice hearty portion there. That's beautiful. I was going to ask, you had mentioned roux. And, you know, don't let the word roux be intimidating. It's basically an equal part of flour and butter, but it's so important for you to know that because it really is the basis for so many sauces. It's that simple. It's the wonderful thickening agent.
That's right. And really, with this particular sauce, you only want to cook this flour and butter combination for a few moments just to get the raw flour taste out of it. You don't want to darken it at all.
Right.
There are other dishes where the longer you cook your roux, the darker it gets, and if you're having darker sauces, you want darker roux, richer roux.
We did a chili verde from New Mexico recently, and what they do is they almost burn the flour in a skillet, in a dry skillet, and it gives it that real nutty flavor. But
Yep.
For the traditional roux, do you absolutely love this recipe? Is this one of your favorites on the menu? And tell me some other ones.
Well, this is all American comfort food for the most part. So, in fact, this week in our cooperation and participation with Arizona Restaurant Week, we're doing a combination of things. It's a $29 pre-fee or $58 for two people. And we have, and by the way, at the restaurant, everything's a scratch restaurant. So we make all homemade French fries, fresh cut onion rings, which is one of the starters in our Arizona Week menu. We do a kind of a southwestern style shrimp cocktail, which is poached shrimp and a gazpacho.
Nice.
We also are having one of our signature salads. It's a poached pear and candied walnut salad. On entrees, we do a great meatloaf, which is one of the most popular dishes that we're doing at the moment. Every day is Thanksgiving with us because we always have a roast turkey Thanksgiving dinner. And of course we have the mac and cheese on the menu.
You know what, Paul, what I love about Regions Bistro and Bar from what you're telling me, and I can't wait to get out there, is it's so inviting. It's so not intimidating. I mean, come on, Mom's wild mushroom meatloaf, roast turkey dinner, a blackened or grilled wild Alaskan salmon, which everyone loves. Of course, the mac and cheese, and I love the fact that you're making it all from scratch. You know, and it's really diverse. The rings and fries, gazpacho, or Chardonnay poached pear, and walnut salad. So you got a little uptown there. Tell us where you're located and what your hours are.
We're open 7 days a week from 11 to 9 and 10 on weekends. And we're at 9400 Shea Boulevard in Scottsdale.
And again, the website is fantastic.
Just east of the 101.
Great. And give us the website again.
It's regionsbistro.com.
And that's REGIONS.com. You have to give me a couple of your other favorite things about the restaurant, because Restaurant Week is when we're all going to be out sampling the fare here in Arizona.
Well, beyond this pre-fee menu that we did for Arizona Restaurant Week, our prime rib is as good as you'll have anywhere. Our filet mignons, we think, are comparable to any, not only in the valley, but nationally. As I say, all of our food is scratch, so things from like our clam chowder and gazpacho to our prime rib and steaks and fish dishes. Our crab cakes are all lump crab meat, very little filler. So all the food is really excellent, and it's not a huge menu, but there's significant variety in it so that there's something for everybody.
And that's what I love. And of course, you can find more information for Restaurant Week online at azrestaurantweek.com, ArizonaRestaurantWeek.com. Paul, we have about 1 minute left, and you mentioned the prime rib. And many times we do things wrong with prime rib. We overcook. In about 20 seconds, give us the best tip for cooking a good prime rib.
Slow and low.
Absolutely, slow and low. You know what? There's always room for that Sunday comfort food, that Sunday supper. And if not, please go out and see Paul. He's creative director of the restaurant Regions Bistro and Bar. It sounds charming and fun. And you know what? I'm waiting for a great big old bowl of that mac and cheese. I'm putting it up on the webcam one more time. There you go. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Don't work too hard.
I'll try not.
Enjoy your own mac and cheese.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, when we come back, more great yummy food from right here in the studio, in the kitchen. Right now, let's get an update from Fox News.
Fox News Radio, I'm Don Matheson.